I've been authentic all my life, no ending white rice. My mental is in strife, eternally I'm trife. My melanin resists the propaganda of my plight. Wealth on paper, so much royal remembrance when I write. Translate, incredible hope smash when I spit. And ain't no widow stopping me from grooming through my edge. My sacrifice is sweat like a midsummer eve. Your organs on the floor, cause you keep raising up your deeds.
Still going.
We're still going, taking a break.
Take a break. You know how long the break is gonna be? Not like they checking for it.
Like a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long break.
That's a long break.
Man,
come back bigger and better. You know what I mean?
You the producer.
Come back bigger and better.
What plans you got for the second season?
Come on, man. I gotta see that and then build it up over that month.
So over the month, you're gonna discuss changes and updates.
Yeah. I got some stuff planned.
We gotta get some like heavy hitters on the guests.
Yeah. People that want to show up early. Or when we ask them to. Nah.
So I taking shots. I'm saying no heavy hitters. Just like at least now you got a month, not a month. You got 9 episodes of hearing what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can come in and get some spit, some fire, you know. Versus if you just had it when you ain't have a platform yet, it's kind of like filling each other out. We already got a lane somewhere, I think. What do you think?
We'll put some work in. See what we get. You know what I mean? You all right, man? You was a little under the weather, bro.
I was, man. It's the second test I had to get.
Rona.
No, I was negative though.
Negative.
COVID came back negative. The craziest part, right? So the first time I got tested in March, I got 6 kids in the house. So if anybody get really sick, it's important to get tested. So we ain't just passing some shit around. Everybody knows what's going on. So I got tested in March, and I went through my insurance, and I got like a mouth swab. This joint, I went to like the free, like the Rite Aid joint. Yo, that nose shit. Oh,
they put a. Oh, you did. Oh, I wouldn't have did it.
Yo,
I wouldn't have did it.
But here's the worst part, Ski. You had to do it yourself.
Oh, no.
Yo, they gave me the joint was like, just put it up all the way up until it can't go anymore. Then turn it for 10 seconds.
Not me.
So it's like you self. I'm like, yo. I swear to God, for like 20 minutes afterwards, my nose was still ringing. That shit was weird as hell. But the crazy part, people can go do that. I mean, thank God I really wanted to do the test. But if somebody like, you could fake the joint and it would come back negative, you didn't really go up there. But I was like, ew, that joint was something. It was somewhat painful, but it was a discomfort that like I ain't never experienced.
Well, I'm gonna shut the show down. You know what I mean?
No, we should shut down.
Quarantine, all that.
Y'all could have gone on without me. I thought y'all was gonna replace me on that joint. You know what I mean?
Some people lined up. Like, yo, you know what I mean?
I heard he was like, you ain't got no FMLA. it ain't no protection in his joint. I was gonna let y'all niggas in and do what y'all do.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, they'd have been on it though. Like, yo, we're booked. They'd have been on it though.
Yeah, they've been checking for you.
I think a couple people were like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Like, it's trouble in paradise.
I know. That was 2 weeks ago though. Well, I was about to cut that.
The crazy thing is, a whole bunch of stuff just seemed like it happened too. And
during that week?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Crazy. I was like, damn, man.
Other than WAP, what else happened?
WAP was big though.
I didn't peep it all though.
WAP was big.
But other than WAP, like what else happened last week?
Kamala Harris, Jones.
Kamala Harris did happen. I was a little sick. Damn, I was sick. I forgot all about
You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh man. A couple people was like, yo, where y'all at?
Oh, people said it?
Yeah, they was like, yo, where you at? Like,
see, you must got you. I want to know who these people are. I want to know who these mofos are because I'm starting to question this shit. Because ain't nobody.
I'm letting it all out the bag.
Because I'm saying, like, do they hit you up or you hit them up like, and they just say?
No, like I got a couple texts like, yo, like, oh, they just knew like, oh, y'all going in on that WAP Joan or the Kamala Joan or
word.
A couple. I mean, yeah. So
did they say John or you saying John?
I'm saying John.
Okay, so they probably white then.
No,
they white. If they said John, then they black.
Some on black.
But they didn't say John. They probably
majority of them black.
Hey, I don't know.
A couple white people did.
Well, ain't nobody asked me nothing. Ain't nobody say nothing on the page.
Nah,
it is what it is.
What's up with the page, man?
I don't know. It's like people don't really be active. I tried a couple times to make it a little active. Nobody was biting.
You tried like one time.
Yeah, that was enough.
You got like, all right, if I'm gonna be the producer, like, what you just,
I'm the talent.
You just show up.
I'm the talent, bro. Like all this sexiness I bring to this, I bring the eye candy to the group.
Let's talk about this dad bod situation. Let's talk about it.
My dad bought a shirt. So about a month ago, maybe a few weeks ago, I posted because somebody said something like, "You got a dad bod." I was like, "What?" So I asked Facebook what that was, and people went in on me. Whatever.
They did. I saw
It was whatever. Though. I don't care. But nonetheless,
it was like, it's not a compliment, bro.
yeah. But then I saw that shirt, so it said, "This is not a dad bod. It's called a father figure." I like it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, what is the expectation? I'm damn near 40 though, Ski. Like, are you supposed to be the perfect? Like, you a field nigga. Let's be realistic. You gonna be all chiseled. You nigga be out in the field on a hot day of climbing poles and shit.
Can I just say
you
that,
naturally go work. You be running to work. You bike 20 miles. I ain't got time for it. I sit at a desk. I'm sorry.
Listen, can I just say that the person that is not here, he hit me up about this whole body shaming, fat phobia, all that, like, coming at me hard, dog.
But I'm just saying, you be fat shaming people?
No, I don't think so. But comments I made just in general, she felt like was like, yo.
Oh, fat shaming?
Yeah, or
you made comments before.
Your body looks how it's supposed to look. I made comments about.
I think I can believe that.
To you?
Not to me. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I can play basketball. I got more than enough niggas who see me play high school football and colleges. I can hold my own. And my job, as I tell everybody, my only job is that when my sons get of age, I can show them how to play the sport. That's my job. I can go out there and do something. And I'm all right now. 4 more years? I don't know. But what's the expectation? I really want to know. You older than me.
I don't know, but I know, I think the expectation is all about you, right? Obviously, being healthy is the first expectation. Or the first goal. Like, you
be healthy. But you about to do some whole keto diet shit. See, you gonna come back on that season 2. You getting ready for season 2.
I just started the keto joint, yo.
You tired of me being the
face? I was vegan for what? I was like a hardcore vegan for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, so hold on. With keto, you eat meat.
It's a total 180.
So what the hell you doing? Your body going like berserk, overload, berserk. Like, it's just not going to understand what's going on right now.
Yeah. So I mean, so
when was the last time you ate meat before this?
Before this. Probably 4 years.
And now you just started. When you started?
I started keto last week.
How your body feel? What does that mean?
No, but this the biggest thing.
You probably shit like crazy. Your body ain't used to that shit. It's like when you was in Ghana, you probably was shit like that. You ain't shit like that since Ghana, have you? Have you? Just answer the question.
No, I was cool in Ghana.
You wasn't shitting in Ghana.
I was melanin popping. I was cool in Ghana, dog.
Get the fuck, yo.
I'm trying to tell you.
When you was in Ghana, you wasn't shitting. You wasn't running to the toilet for the first 3 days.
So you talk about eating. Well, I ate fish in Ghana. That was the only thing I eat when I was in Ghana. I ate fish. I was cool.
You ain't never had one of them bubble guts.
I eat so much.
You ain't never had a bubble guts in Ghana.
No, I did. I eat so much green vegetables. I don't even want to get into it like that, but
I'm saying, no, I said it. Every country I've been to, I go to Jamaica. It's just because it's natural. Right. You take out all the pesticides and shit that we get in our food, even if you're not eating the meat, just in general, your body take at least 2 or 3 days to adjust to it. That's what I'm saying.
That was good. I ain't drinking water.
You ain't drink the water? Why not? Your body that good, just fuck it.
I mean, I probably could. I was going to. My wife was like,
I hate when they tell you that in country. It's like, these niggas drinking it.
Yeah, but they got a whole.
But they drinking it. Why can't I drink it? I don't try it, though, but I just hate when they say it.
So the keto joint is completely 180 from the vegan joint.
So how it feel? How you feeling?
I'm going to tell you what's real. Sugar detox is real, dog.
What you mean?
So
that's not part of the keto? But you drinking coffee.
It's black coffee.
Just black.
Just black. I always, not always, for the past probably 2-3 years, I drink coffee. My coffee black.
So
keto
is no sugar.
No sugar and no carbs.
I know no carbs. I ain't know no sugar.
No sugar. So even
no
fruits
fruit?
with like bananas.
No fruit?
You can eat strawberries, like blueberries.
Strawberry got sugar though?
Nah, but it does, but it's minimal impact.
I know who got you on that shit.
Right.
Too.
You know exactly what got me on that drink. Boy will not let me live.
Yo, you gonna listen to that motherfucker?
So look, I took for first I was like, I'm gonna do it for 2 weeks.
Right.
He's like, nah. So I told him I give him a month. So I'm giving it a month.
So it's all meat,
and
vegetables.
Yep.
That's it.
No sugar though. Like that joint, sugar detox.
I've done that before.
I I don't know. Like that joint real though.
I've done it before. It was even called keto, for real.
Yeah.
I on a low, like judge me if you want, but maybe 2004, 2005 went on LA weight loss joint, and what their joint is pretty similar, but they tell you can only have 2 carbs a day. So I went through no carbs and just doing meat, vegetables, and you don't drink and just do all water. Pretty much what I did. No lies, I lost most of them.
Yeah.
But,
so
you coming back ready for season 2?
Be ready.
He go.
They were like, why the boy got a tank top?
It's December. He got a tank top on doing push-ups.
Right.
No, I'm good.
So.
But I don't know the expectation, though, to be honest with you. Like, as a 40-year-old man, my thing is my stomach, it can't be a Dunlap. It can't be a Dunlap. Number 2, this is a medium shirt. It might look a little small, fucking call it you want, but it's literally a medium. It's a medium. So I'm saying I'm good. I take a couple hard breaths, I just ate 2 to pause that shit, so. But I take a couple hard breaths and I eat, I might feel a little tighter. But on a nice day, a medium, so my goal is the medium. If I can still rock a medium, I'm good. Now, if I'm popping out of a medium and all that shit, and I'm an extra large, double X, like it's the 90s,
so the crazy part is
that's a problem.
A lot of boys around my age going through the same thing, like just trying to figure out what's the expectation around their health, what they should look like. I see a lot of boys losing weight. I mean, I just think, you know, like just the age where you start to really be like, damn. Like I ain't gonna lie, right? So you know what had me tripping one day?
What's that?
Insecure.
When the fat boy was smashing?
No, just like damn, like these niggas is fit. Like I was like, yo, these niggas, I was like, I gotta get my act together.
So hold on, you tell me some niggas on TV made you feel insecure. Literally, that's what you say. So you just said that. You ain't deleting this shit.
Listen, I'm gonna be. They didn't make me insecure.
You saw these niggas all.
They just made me be like, dang, I gotta get my shit.
Let me ask you a question though, real rap. Like Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, all these niggas, right? If you get paid,
right? No,
and that's all you gotta do.
Obviously,
I'm chiseled.
Obviously,
you give me the gym for a month, right? I'm chiseled. Like I'm good. The problem is I got 6 kids. I got
so
practice over here, baby over here. I can't go to the gym 4 or 5 days.
That's the trick though. That's the Hollywood joint. You can't never chase that.
What you mean? Exactly. So why you all looking at these niggas like jealous? You was jealous.
I wasn't jealous. No, I didn't. Jealousy is I want them like no. I'm like damn. I gotta get my joint together a little bit.
But I'm saying, and most of them bulls young. They in their 30s, mid 30s. I'm just saying. My only point. Listen, man. As a grown man, I tell you right. If I was working a security guard, I work 9 to 5, and that's all I did. I'll be chiseled. I'll be good.
Well, why a security guard?
Because you're just sitting there.
Security guard.
But they got a problem. How many security guards bring their work home with them? Be honest. The work they done. And how many job people in that type of field, you ain't killing yourself where you dead tired. Like if I said a doctor, or if I even said not a doctor, if I said like even you a construction worker, they tired. They might not want to go to the gym. I dig it. Security guard, you can go to the gym for an hour after work. Fuck out. You sit at the table, you work respected guard at Temple University, sitting at the front desk. You can leave work and go to the gym for an hour.
I'm just saying.
Every day. It shouldn't be a problem. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
I'm running around.
It's somebody that's like, yo, this boy got excuse. So I'll tell you this, right? If I didn't have to be to work early like you, I would work out more because I would do my joint in the morning.
I'm not a morning person.
But that's what I'm saying though. But like, so what time you come to work?
Good day, 9:30, 10.
That's what I'm saying. Like that would be a dream to me. I would do all my working out in the morning. Boom.
But I'm not a morning person though.
I got a gym set. You know
what time you go to sleep though? What time you go to sleep?
11, 12.
I'm like 2, 1.
I got a gym session tomorrow morning. You know what time it is?
5.
4:30.
Yo, but what gym? Your gym is open early?
I mean, I just is private. I'm trying it out.
Look at this private gym, man. I'm trying to be like you. So that's why you try. So you're doing a keto. You got private gym sessions. Yo, I gotta get my shit right now. I can't. 40, you over 40.
40 on my back.
You over 40. Don't fall for this. You over 40.
40.
You 40.
I'm 40.
Man, I thought you were older than me. I thought you were 2 years older.
I'm 40 right now.
Well, you turning 41.
I'm turning 41.
All right, so yeah, 2 years. Listen, man.
My back, bro.
I don't know, babe. My thing is, listen, man. My thing is, I got good, and the COVID too. Let's be real. COVID hurt me.
Yeah, but COVID helped a lot of people too.
No,
I see more people working out and doing all this stuff because of Corona.
Nah, COVID hurt me because I was in the crib most of the time. And the thing about me, the only thing that I do that when I was active, that was giving me my cardio was basketball. I don't like running. I don't like walking. I bought a bike. I barely ride the bitch. My thing was basketball. That gives me that competitive joint. I can run up and down, and I'm not thinking about my next mile. I'm just like I want to hoop, right? And all the gyms were shut down. I used to hoop 3 times a week. I was hooping 3 times a week for at least almost a year. So that was giving me my cardio. And then the other problem is for me, I don't like watching what I eat. Like I don't like that. So if hooping and not watching what I eat, it don't matter. I was maintaining. Once I stopped hooping, I put on probably like 15 easy. But it's cool. I got 2021. That's my goal. My 40-year goal. That's my job. When I'm 40, I'm probably drop. But I'm having a midlife crisis soon and go through keto like this.
I go to keto.
I ain't at midlife.
No, I'm just saying like all them joints. I honestly, so coming from the vegan joint and all that, I don't really think them joints is long term like sustainable like that.
But vegan, I see a lot of.
So I was like I probably was over top vegan though.
You was over the top. You put me on that chicken salad. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
Whole Foods. Yeah. I was over the top vegan. So I'm just saying like, I think they work. That stuff is good for you, and you know what I mean. But everybody different too, right? Because I got people telling me the keto stuff do the same stuff that the people saying the vegan stuff do. The
keto for me with keto, like I said, it's a good burst. Like if I wouldn't like I said, for me, one thing about my body, and I swear to God, man, if I go to the gym like for a month and a half, and I ain't talking about every day, like 3 days a week, you'll see the impact. Some people really. I mean, I'm a year away, Ski. Nah, I think for my family's like that. You can see the change. The problem is, like I said, for me, carving out that time. And I don't like the gym, and I don't like weights. I did it all the time while I was playing football coming up. I don't like that shit. So for me, basketball was my one outlet. I don't really have that outlet no more. So for me, that's been a hard part. But I feel like once I get, I'm gonna get a boost, man.
So what's the standard? Like you're saying, like what's the standard though? Like
I don't know. I think. All right, here's my thing. You can't have a dumb lap, in my opinion. Your belly can't lap over your belt, especially standing. Don't judge me sitting down by looking at this shit. Standing up, you got.
That's fat phobia.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna say a health standard, it shouldn't be a dumb lap. It shouldn't be. The second thing is
debate you that health and weight is not really.
No, it's really. But the second thing is for me, it depends how big you are, tall, etc., and the size is what you wear. Like if you can wear a large, and like the other thing. No homo, but most my weight is like from mid thigh to like mid stomach. So like it like my only point is it just depends. Like so I only wear I can wear a large shirt and you wouldn't see nothing. But I want to wear I want to wear the smallest fit.
Metro fit.
Yeah, I do like it. They don't call it Metro no more, just slim fit. See, I was before the times though. I was in the
tight clothes before.
I was in the I ain't gonna the homo. I would tell niggas it's Metro. Yeah, I was in the Metro. I was a Metro dude. I'll take that all day. In like 2004, now it's just slim fit. Everything slim fit. Everything slim fit. Joggers, everything. It ain't no dad bod, but I'm saying, but listen, man, I'm chilling. Especially, you married. Listen, my wife, listen, I'm chilling.
Good.
I'm good. Just can't let it go. You just can't let it go. That's my point. You gotta and like I said, my thing is, for my sons, I can get on the court and show them bust their ass once or twice. And show them that I could do this.
How old your oldest son?
7. So easy. I got time, but I got at least he got to be the one to be like your dad can ball. Like, he got to be the one that can tell them young bulls. So I ain't gonna be able to get. I got a 8-month-old. I ain't gonna be the last that long.
I'm gonna tell you, your son plays. It's gonna happen quick though.
What? Did it get nice?
Yeah. That don't happen quick, man. We was running one day and it just was like, pew.
Really? Yeah, that's the part I got. But But football too screwed me up because if we have a football season, I was coaching. That was supposed to be helping me, but we'll see. Next year is gonna be the year, man.
Next year,
2021, bro.
2021.
2021. I'm gonna lose 21 for 21.
Right, so look, we talking about the body and all that.
So you gotta talk about the WAP.
Talk about the WAP.
That's the part of the body. My thing is this though. Before we get into it, why was they mad at the Jenner chick? Why was they angry? Was it? Who was it?
They want white people in the market.
Well, why they care? They might have some WAP.
Listen.
Like, what's wrong with them? They was really mad. But it's not like she did I don't think I seen the whole video. I'll be honest. but it's not like she did a spin of it.
They chose to put her.
They asked her to be, and then I think they released it, and there was like a whole fucking petition to get her out of it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with black?
They didn't want her to jump.
But why?
She white.
They don't want nobody talking about white wops.
Listen,
They thought niggas was gonna go like that.
They didn't want.
They-
They
Yo.
probably feel like the Jenner family did
Hold
enough to bring down.
But listen, on the real, if any white chick can talk about WAP, it's the Jenners. It's the Kardashian Jenners. Because they got that shit that niggas go crazy. A lot of niggas that went
Niggas
crazy.
definitely go crazy messing with them.
A lot of niggas went that way.
Bro, like, that's a real thing.
Yo, you talk, I don't know, man.
I think it's real.
No, it ain't real.
You don't think so?
No. Listen, man, at the end of the day, a nut's a nut. That's all I'm going to say. Am I wrong? At the end of the day, the end goal is the end goal.
I'm just talking about energy from certain people. Outside of the,
Outside of WAP?
Outside of WAP.
I mean,
I'm
chick,
just saying
I think
the
a chick,
energy from certain people.
all right, chick that check the whole Meg Thee Stallion joint out. Like, I can dig, like, somebody, all right, you know how you meet somebody that can push all your right buttons, and they like, in a bad way, and y'all be beefing?
Yeah.
I think the same way somebody can push your right button to get you, like high off life, like, just feed the energy, whether it be crazy, like you a crazy mofo, and they just feed into it. Like I think that's true. Like, they can tap into the side of you they don't tap into. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is true. But I just don't see, like, vagina, to be blunt, making niggas go crazy. But I don't know why. Because Erykah Badu is another one of them. She messed with niggas, all the niggas give me a little touch after that. So I don't know. But I don't think it's, me personally, my experience can say vagina can make you just go crazy. I don't know. But nonetheless, Kylie, whoever one was on it, all of them Jenner chicks and slash Kardashian, they can hold their jaw, a vagina up and be like, yo, this is what y'all want to aim for. Am I wrong? If you see niggas, I'm talking about, I can name 5, 10 NFL, NBA, actor, like rapper, like, so not like regular dudes. These dudes got money.
Yeah, but having money don't mean you thorough, though.
I'm not saying they thorough. I'm saying they got options. And they go crazy over these joints. Even Kanye, one of Kanye's last rant was about somebody trying to holler at his joint. Am I wrong? And she done went through 3 niggas that made like 3 professional niggas crazy. Right?
Yeah, from what I know.
I mean, she had Reggie Bush ball. So all I'm saying is, again,
I think Reggie Bush got out, though.
He got out, but he was crazy. He was over it. He was in it.
A lot of boys don't make it out.
I mean, what's the name? Ray J? All I'm saying is, we can go back to the top. I'm just saying, but I don't know why people was mad that she was in the joint.
I mean...
And if you look at women in this era, them Jones... all white Jones.
They're in the WAP Hall of Fame.
They are the WAP. They like the standard.
This probably all these women gonna be so mad.
It's the listen. I get it. I would put it away. I'm not saying black women don't have WAP. I'm not saying y'all shit ain't tight. I don't know. All y'all. I don't know. What I'm simply saying, in the public eye, now, in the public eye, I'm just saying, in the public eye right now, if you like put it this way, I don't think they are. They got nice bodies. They're attractive. Don't get twisted. But if I had to sit there and say, I wonder, they probably would be the first thing in my brain. Because it's like everybody's like go crazy over it. I mean, Ben Simmons, you can name these niggas go crazy. Yeah. You'd be like, why?
I can't believe I'm going to talk about the damn Jenners.
Am I wrong though?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
So back to
other than mom, because mom probably doing trash. Look, she made her husband gay. He went crazy. He went the other way. But mom Joan might be trash because look what happened with her boy. Turned that boy Christian to Caitlyn. But the daughters, they must have learned some shit from mom.
Really good or really bad?
It could have been really good that tournament. He said, I got to get one of my own. He said, he might have said this joke crazy. I got to get one of my own. I don't know, but I didn't understand why everybody was mad at that. I mean, they wanted her in the joint. Well, what's the problem?
So a lot of people was all over the place where he was at with this whole WAP.
The WAP joint? Yeah.
So
what you think about it?
So I mean, it's a couple different levels, right?
Oh, here's a better question. What your kids think about it?
My kids don't know nothing about that. Joe.
They don't know nothing about it. Don't lie.
Not to my
get the
knowledge.
Buds out of
I
there.
swear, not to my knowledge. They don't know nothing about that.
Nothing about it.
I censor the things that my kids watch and listen to. We check right. So that actually was part of one of the conversations I had with somebody about it. Is that the access that people have, because it's always been like vulgar
music,
sexually explicit music. It's always been that, right?
I agree.
But just my issue with it is not necessarily that they made the music. My issue is like the level of access that kids have to it. So while my kids are going to be good, it's a lot of vulnerable kids that's going to have access to that kind of music in that way.
You don't think we always had access?
No, not the level of access. No.
You mean the profanity without?
I'm talking about the visual. I'm talking about the whole shebang, right? The whole, you go on YouTube, you could I didn't have YouTube at all.
But we had the box.
Okay, you had to hope somebody else pulled up that particular video.
Then they would have pulled it up.
Now,
I mean, we had BET Uncuts. We had BET Uncuts.
So you had to. What I'm saying but the access was somewhat limited.
It was somewhat limited. Where
now it's kind of like wide open. So my issue is not coming down on these women because they made the song. Because first of all, that's the kind of music like that Houston-ish strip club type music, right? So that's a real genre. I don't listen to that genre. Like I don't listen to the men that make that kind of music. You know what I mean? So my issue is more with the level of access. My issue probably is, probably my old man syndrome, and society is like, my issue is not with them though, because like you said, Too Loud. I grew up in the Too Loud Crew era. I grew up in the, one day we was on this joint talking about zoom, 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 and a boom.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that. The other thing is that I make a delineation between having music with, like, it's one thing to watch a movie with like some sex scenes, and another thing watching porn. You see what I'm saying?
No,
so I'll put that song that's like a Too Loud Crew-ish. That's more on that vibe than it is on just, you know what I mean? Which I'm not saying that's what I like, but that's it's out there.
My thing, I will agree with you that in this society now, things are so much easier to find. And like all the joints you made, there's a Zoom, but like I feel like Too Loud Crew, all that stuff.
Digital
like,
Underground, it's all these groups that.
But you had to go find it.
Right.
You had to know. Even I remember, like, for example, the R. Kelly tape. You had to go find it. You had to go on the street corner, 52nd Street, and find the bootleg. Like, you had to go out there and find it.
I remember if you used to go to the music store, they wouldn't sell it to you if you was a certain age.
No, I agree. So you had to go out your way to get it. And you had to go around corners. Whereas, though, now, I do agree with, you didn't say it, but I think what you're trying to say is it can be forced in your face and you're not even trying to find it. Like, it's just bang, like, oh, what's this? And then it's like, and it's a little different. But I think that's music in general. Like, my daughter, 11, I think
she know about WAP.
I mentioned something about WAP around her. She didn't know what I was talking about. She didn't even know what the song was. But then I said, the song Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi, you heard it? And she said, oh, she heard it on TikTok. So, like, that's the thing. Like, on a TikTok version, you can hear that stuff. Now, I would like...
That's what I'm saying. It's just that...
I would like, in my opinion, just like the chick, what Khalees, My Milkshake. She was really saying something else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I never heard the explicit.
You never heard them? The explicit is like my stomach getting head, whatever. So my thing is, like, I would have liked if they would have put out a softer version as the.
They did though, Wet and Gushy.
Like I said, I would have if they put out a softer, like, simpler version. And then had the CD might have had it. I mean, the CD might have had the whole like shebang. Because nowadays I feel like they be blurting out only like extreme curses. Yeah. Like a lot of stuff you can infer very clearly. Whereas though back in the day, they would like take a whole section of a song out, or they would take the chorus and just be like, change. Right. Or sometimes I feel like even before, because sometimes like my son, playing football and stuff, I try to put on music. I always don't really put on music for him. But I put on music, work out to whatever. To find joints that have clean versions, a lot of them back in the day, they would like the whole hook would be different.
Right.
Like bad boy, I can remember plenty of bad boy joints. Did you even know what it was saying? Because the hook was different. Then you heard the real joint, like, oh shit, they say that.
Man.
So, but that I would have liked if they did that. But they don't do it no more. I mean, that's the market though.
I mean, so
The market wants the bull.
So people, I mean, I did find it somewhat hypocritical the way like some dudes was coming out, like
What the girl?
Yeah, just like mad at like
Yeah, I agree.
Like mad at them in particular. Like I mean, like the women, like you know what I mean. Like, and I just felt like it was kind of hypocritical. You know what I mean? Everything being everything. Now, me personally, like I said, like I don't listen to that kind of music from men or women.
No, I don't listen to much of the music. I don't really listen to music at all. That's what everyone ain't really hear it. But I do think that it was all right. Was it completely bad taste and raunchy and unnecessary in my opinion?
That's
horrible.
No.
Yes.
If that joint would have came out when we was younger, that joint would have been on BET. They wouldn't play it. It would have been on BET Uncut.
Yeah,
You'd have had to stay up till 2:30 in the morning and hope you don't fall asleep.
For sure.
And wake up.
For sure.
And see that joint.
For sure. Or you stayed up for a couple of drinks, huh?
Listen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that was the only way. First of all, you had to have cable.
You did. And most time back at that, your mom only had cable in one room. Right. There was only one room. So you could only see it on a Friday night when they ain't in the crib and you can catch it on a late night joint. Because I don't know what I ain't have cable in my whole house. It was one room.
But I will say that part of it too is like we're not really used to women putting out that kind of music.
They've done some. I mean, but all I'm saying is...
But you can name them though, like Lil Kim.
But here's my point. I'm agreeing with all that. Adina Howard, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, here's my point though. I agree with you. I'm simply saying is that I do think that you can't attack the women for taking advantage of what's available in there. Like, if the market is allowing this shit, if people are listening, if entertainment industry is saying you can go this far, they're going to go that far. They want to make money. They want to be controversial. They want niggas to talk about it. But I do think that as a collective, you got to be like, what are we doing? Because I feel like, I can remember the time coming up, people was protesting In Living Color. People was protesting Martin as far as the curse words and things like the attitude. And now that's like PG. That's like G.
So
compared to what you're seeing out there.
But I think that need to be more like, that's the conversation though.
I agree.
The conversation is like, all right, like what kind of standards do we have in general for everybody? You know what I mean? Because, like I said, like dudes is making like a lot of the music. Like I'll literally be like, I like a song, then I hear the real version, I'll stop listening to it. Like I remember one time, like the joint Rack City.
I heard of
the
that.
joint Rack City, or whatever. I was like, yeah, man, me and
like
my son, like Rack City. Then when I heard the joint, I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yo, the joint is the Roddy Ricch box.
Please don't tell me that got some alternate meaning.
No, he ain't talking about a chick, and he talking about she slobbing the joint, and then the words. And my son let it song, so it's like I be like, this nigga don't know what he talking.
Yeah, but they play it like that's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
I agree.
You know what I mean? So,
but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if there's an answer. I do agree, though. I want to be very clear. Other than my position on the genders, I'm very clear in that I think it's unfair to criticize women in general for going that far because they're only going to do what the markets allow. So I think it's not because men have done it,
right?
Continually do it.
And it's not right when men. So
my point is, I'm not gonna say they shouldn't do it. The women do degrading women. I'm not gonna go that far. But I do think, as an industry wide, we gotta look at the industry of music. What the hell are we doing?
I agree.
Like all the raps is either about smashing chicks, or it used to be lean, but now just doing drugs in general. And it's just like, and it's too vulgar almost. It's like you can't even have like. I think it should be some type of creativity in the subtleness, in the innuendo. It's not even no innuendo. Like, remember when Gin and Juice came out? Half that joint was bleeding.
Yeah.
Now that joint is like, that's clean.
So that's when you start to get into when you talk about like the way you censor that, like that's some people's reality though.
What?
I mean, like just all of it, the drugs, like it's some people's reality.
But you should put out. It should be readily.
But the market. You see what I'm saying? Like the market and what influences the market. And it's not always the people in the market, but what influences.
Oh, don't do that. Don't be the Don't go say it. Don't go back to that conversation.
Nah.
Nick Cannon still ain't get his job back.
Nah.
Nick Cannon still ain't get his job back.
Nah. I'm just saying, like, I mean, it's just a representation of what's really going on with the people. You know
I agree, but I just think it should be.
Now, personally,
it should be 2 tracks. Is what I'm saying. The public track should be less of that, and I'm saying it should be 2 tracks, and that public track should be a simple, generic type thing. And if you want to do something off the cusp, you would do it. Niggas pay for it. Fine. Porn industry is still heavily people can watch and pay for whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? That's fine, but it shouldn't be something forced down our kids. Just like I don't think homosexuality should be forced on our kids. Like you have TV shows, every TV show got to have a gay couple. They got to. Like, why?
You really trying to shut that.
I'm just saying, like, everything.
He's like, this is our last drink for the season. I'm going to bang.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of things they force it down your throat. And I'm saying, as a Muslim, and as before you said, blacks are generally conservative. As a conservative person on the morals, I personally feel like that shouldn't be that readily available. Like, why should that video should be readily available as that?
Now, I agree with a lot, but people gonna say your morals shouldn't be forced down my throat either.
I agree, but there should be a standard of morals across the board.
Who sets that moral standard?
I mean, at a minimum, I think you should have different vibes for it. So, for example, if you have a channel that is nothing but BET Uncut, then that's the channel. If you got a radio station that you can turn to that's a raunchy, but you should just as much have a clean, basic, generic type of situation, in my opinion. And the music is, like I said, the music, we was in the 90s. They were saying just as much crazy stuff, I think, in the 90s. And you found creative ways to get around it. But on the original joint, you had all the stuff.
So I remember NWA joint came out, Niggas for Life. Like my cousin had to sneak me that tape.
What you mean? How he sneak?
Like, he was old enough to buy it.
Oh, he bought it and gave it to you.
And he let me make a copy of the joint, but I wasn't allowed to have that joint.
Yeah, I never really buying CDs. Only thing I can remember.
No, I'm talking about cassettes.
I know what you're talking about cassettes. I never really was. I wasn't that old. I mean, you probably was on the records too. My brother used to have records, but my only point is, to me, I remember going out the way to find stuff. Now you don't have to.
Right, you don't have to.
Go right to YouTube.
So
and even with YouTube, perfect example. Why is it? I know they have a YouTube that's like a kid's YouTube, but that joint like baby kids. It's not like it's like 0 to 100.
Right.
It's like you watching Barney and Ryan Tour Review, or you can watch soft porn. Right. Like there's no in between.
And some of the stuff leads them to the soft porn.
Yeah. So my point
you could be watching some regular.
I agree. If the algorithm line up. So what I'm saying is there should be a YouTube that's just a clean, chill joint. That's lectures, that's talks, that's music that's screen. And then you have the other joint that's paid for it. That's what it should be, in theory. Yeah, and then you want to pay for the joint, pay for the higher joint.
So I think that's you got so that's my concern. The people that are vulnerable, right? Like you going for the most part monitor what your kids are. Mm-hmm. Show them that the reasons why you believe that this is good and this is bad. But it's a lot of youth that's vulnerable.
Yeah,
and that sit in front of a joint, nobody monitoring them. And I think that while the stuff they talking about is a particular aspect of life, they might not be ready for that, or they might their mind, being a child, might see it in a particular way or misinterpret those messages. So that's my issue. My issue is not with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. They can do whatever they want to do.
But them too.
So you think some responsibility is on them?
No, I mean, listen, I think it's some responsibility on everybody. Yeah, I mean, every rapper, every entertainer, everybody who put anything out there is responsibility on you. But it's one thing to say the responsibility is on them versus what did you expect. I didn't expect nothing of them.
Right, both of them were strippers, right?
Well, I know Cardi was. I don't know about Meg, but not even that. Everything she's been, as far as like Eve was a stripper, but her music wasn't crazy raunchy like that. But everything she came out with has been that route.
Right.
Cardi.
Right.
So my point, what you expect? And so, what you expect? So for me, it ain't like I expect him to be now rapping about some moral shit.
Right.
I don't expect that.
Bringing them bars.
But my point is, it should be forced down our kids' throat. Forced down society. And
That's
I think
what
a
people
lot of
say.
it is.
So you should teach your kids not to watch that.
I mean, but it's hard. Like I said, my daughter heard it on TikTok.
Now I'm about to go check. Like, yo, y'all know what this is.
Just asking the song with Cardi B and Meg. I bet you they said they heard it. Or heard parts of it. Now, my daughter didn't know
Did you
what
see the
wax
video?
stood. I saw bits and pieces of it. You saying like a good thing? See, Cardi B never did it for me, though, to be honest with you. And she got so fake. I don't like chicks with all that fake stuff. Like, she's so fake. Everything. You can see, like, look at the old pictures. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of hers. But I saw her. My wife likes Cardi. So we went to, remember when they had Made in America and Cardi was here? We went down there. It was like watching a strip. It was like it was a strip club, bro. Like what she was doing. Nah, I was chilling. It was right. It was amazing to me how many girls went like crazy over it though. But this is what sells. So my point is like I don't know. But I think that's the what's the word called? That's the double standard of America though. Because America paints himself as like the best country in the world and we better than everybody else and yada yada yada. And a lot of it is based on the freedoms of doing what you want. But with that shit comes a lot of fucked up morals.
Yeah, but
like let's think about it.
I'll be honest. I feel
moral.
like people that really hammer home the freedoms don't ever think about the other side of it. They don't ever think about what you talking about. Like,
yeah,
I think
but that's the problem. There's
So look, somebody said something to me, right? And this was a religious conversation, right? They was like, religion, it's just a way to control the masses. And I'm like, bro, why you think the masses don't need to be controlled? Like, you see the kind of stuff that happen that people do, like to see where society go.
But that's
me. That's my old man.
No. Listen, I agree with you, man. I think, like I said, that's the pros and cons of America. And I'm not saying take away free speech because as a lawyer, it's hard to say that. And I'll be here talking about free speech. You can say, but I just think it shouldn't be rammed down your throat. That's all I'm saying. It shouldn't be so readily accessible. If people want to go get it, porn been around forever. You ain't shut down porn yet, right? But you still, even to this day, gotta go get porn. Like you gotta find a way to go get it.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
it's easier though.
It's still easier, but
think about it, like.
But you still have to go get it. Like they.
I mean, but just the same way you can search YouTube, you can search porn.
But you got to go to the site and you got to go to get it. The internet made everything easy. So I mean, let's be for sure. And I don't think unless it's TikTok and now your boy Trump going to shut that down. So that's another thing. But my point is, the internet makes everything easy, accessible. What I'm saying is, you still have to go get it. So if I kid in 9, 10, they say porn, then they going to get it. Just like in our day, we wanted to go to that store with the little quiet Joe, and you go to back. No, get the hell out of here.
What? It was hard for me.
There was like 4 spots on South Street. Then you can go into the joint, go into the back little joint. You pay, you get your little cassette. Come on, man. I mean, but you had to go out and get it. That's all I'm saying. It was a lot. Come on, man.
I'm saying that's.
Any of them joints that had like all the tapes and then there was another room to go back.
With the paper bag over.
I'm just saying, when you like it, I'm just saying, but you had to go out there and get it. So I'm not saying like I am not at all. This is what I want to be clear. I'm not knocking people who talk about it. I'm not knocking people who engage in it. I'm saying it should be something you engage with privately, and that's what you decide to do when you want to get it. If that's what you want to get, fine. And then the other thing is bullshit about America, which is bullshit, is they allow that, but you hammer down against prostitution.
Yeah, well, unless you're in Vegas.
But that don't make sense.
That don't make sense.
Like you can let all that up on TV. You can have all these OnlyFans page, you have all these Pornhub sites page, and all this interaction, sexual shit going on, right? But then it's like it should be like y'all we're gonna let what y'all do what y'all want to do, or it should be like let's regulate. And that's the problem. I think is no middle ground. It's like,
let's be clear from a moral standpoint. Like I don't like I'm not with any of that. You know what I mean? Like from a but. Being as though this is where we at. This is what it is, right? It's these freedoms, and so but privately, like you can do what you want privately.
Agree.
But that's the issue though. Like that, so much of it now is not private. And you know, even from an Islamic perspective, you have the right to privacy.
Yeah.
And what you do privately is different than what you do openly and promote.
Yeah, you're supposed to cover your sins.
So I mean, so not that. So it's, you know, I don't know if you're familiar, and I'm gonna paraphrase and quote this story, but basically, you know, like in Islam, drinking is not allowed.
Correct.
Bull is drinking. People jump over the wall of his house, go get him because he drinking. Go to court, they like, yo, what happened? Oh, we found this dude, he was drinking. Drinking is illegal. Well, how'd you find it? We invaded his privacy. We jumped over the wall in his house, and we got him. That's not valid. Let him go.
Because there's no privacy.
So you know, I mean, it's just the nuance and the complexity of some of that. You know what I mean? But
no, I agree. I mean, basically what you're saying is, which I agree with, and my only point what I was trying to make is with the prostitution, is that it's selective freedoms, and they choose how they want to use the selective freedom.
Right.
And it's selective. Oh, we can be free. You can do what you want, but exceptions. And what I'm saying is, I would prefer how it was at least 20, 30 years ago, where they had some general morals that we all admitted to. And now those morals are kind of like, if the morals was this, it gets slimmer and slimmer and slimmer.
But that's
questionable.
That's any that, like, if you look at any society, that's how it goes.
Not any. I think some other countries, man, them boys be like, nope, we ain't letting this on China's on. We ain't letting this on your channel at all. We ain't letting this on your channel at all. We ain't letting this on the internet. You can't get on the internet at all. You better get one of the VPNs.
Yeah, but
and when we catch you, we're
those are
gonna
places where you talk about they don't have freedom.
No, I'm agreeing. That's my point. But what I'm saying is that in those countries that say you don't have freedom, some Saudi, some Arab, whatever countries, they'll say you're not going to do it,
right,
and we're going to take this stance, right? Here we saying, oh, you can do this, we got freedoms, but then you're going to limit certain people or punish certain people for certain freedoms that are like, what do you think is going to happen if someone sexualized that WAP and all that type of stuff? Those shows all in your face. You're not going to think they're going to be wanting all to be pornos and prostitution. What do you think that leads to? So it's like it's only like a gradual step.
Right.
If you show alcohol on TV all crazy and every other time, you're not thinking I want to drink. So it's only like a gradual step. So what I'm saying is like you can't have a dev and all that stuff, and they're like, oh, well, it's too far now.
That's my thing. The things that society advertise lead to those things.
All the vixens that we talk about that we are against. Like
it's advertised.
Exactly.
Drugs.
Crime.
Right.
All the crime, all that.
Every movie, all of that is advertising all that. And then they be like, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? They got a crime problem.
Exactly.
You know.
We ain't got we went heavy on that. What else you got, man? That's it?
You want to talk about your girl Kamala?
Kamala?
Is it Kamala or Kamala?
I think it's Kamala.
Kamala, right?
Yeah, you saw the joke. Somebody had a meme that said Kamala had you convinced she was bringing a good black family into the White House.
Well, so this is the thing that made me think about you,
that
too.
That was funny. I saw the white people around her, like a husband, white kids and shit.
So this is the thing that made me think about.
What?
So it's a lot of issues around Kamala, right?
Correct.
One of the issues that I've been seeing, people is questioning her blackness. Being as though that she's Jamaican, half Jamaican,
and half Indian.
Half Indian.
Right.
So I was like, oh man, here go my Jamaican co-host over here. You know what I mean?
But a lot of Jamaicans are half Jamaican, half Indian for us.
So
because Indians is heavy Jamaican.
Indian, right. I got a homie actually who's Indian and he's from Jamaica.
Indian them a low Chinese.
Chinese, yes.
Chinese be everywhere.
My man, his mom is Trini and she's married to a Trini Chinese dude.
Yeah, Chinese be everywhere. If you're outside of just black, it's Indian and Chinese.
So
go ahead.
So, but people was coming up with a lot of like, yo, she not black. Da da da. My thing is like, so you know, I got all these qualifiers, but I do.
Is she black?
I feel like
she more black than Obama.
Yes,
Obama.
Absolutely.
So Obama's the barometer.
On the spectrum of blackness.
Obama is you're not black. That's your test, right? So she surpasses Obama.
Yeah.
How?
Because she she grew up with a black experience along with her blackness.
Oh, I'm about to kill you in this shit. You know I'm a lawyer, so go ahead. Say it again.
So
let's understand this. I want you to clearly articulate. I'm gonna attack the bullshit out of it. Go ahead.
So
say
one is that. So
no, let's clarify your statement.
Okay.
You're saying she grew up with the black experience, and what else?
So, and with African ancestry.
Okay.
And so that combined with
Obama pop was from Kenya. Like
Obama,
straight up.
right.
Like over here on the visa.
Right. We got that. We talked about Obama.
I mean, but he had the African ancestry.
He had the African ancestry, but he didn't have the combining black experience growing up that Kamala had.
Let me ask you a question though. I agree with that, but here's my point.
Growing up in Oakland.
No, I agree. Listen, I agree. Kamala had a black experience coming up, but there is a part of blackness. For example, Thurgood Marshall, the boy died. Howard King might probably be an example. Herman Cain, the bull. We couldn't name it before. The doctor bull who controls HUD right now. The bottom line is, if you at some point change in between and you get out of that blackness, in theory, are you still black? Because Obama, I think, did the inverse. You're right. He did not have the black experience growing up. But if you read his book, and I'm talking before he ran for president, early when I read his book, his first book, I want to say as early as law school, he did everything he could to go the opposite way. Kamala, if you look at a track record, she probably did everything she could to go the other opposite way.
Well,
so if you're going to say black or not.
But I think that the majority of her experience was from being Howard. You know what I mean? I think the majority.
But you went to HBCU. That's what it did it for you, to be honest.
No, that's not it. You know what I mean? That's not it. But I just think, her perspective is a little bit more. Well, I don't think it's the total. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's the total black experience, right? But I do think it's pretty damn close.
I think if you have one of those periods of your life of black experience, you're black. If you have the ancestry and you have one of those experiences, meaning she had the experience as a young person coming up, totally agree. But when she started climbing the ranks, that shit was gone.
So would that apply for you?
What do you mean?
So would it all right?
No, I'm a nigga.
All right, but you blow up and you see what I'm saying?
I know at 40 it's too late. But let's say at 30. At 30, 32, if I started climbing and started saying, "Oh, I can't hang with black people no more. I can't go to Sid Bookers no more. I can't be with it. I can't be extraordinary." I'm not in that realm. I'm only in this other avenue, and that carries me for the next 20 years. Then it might be getting to a point to say, "Am I black?" I just said, what's the name is a good example of that. I just said his name earlier, but the Clarence Thomas. I mean, he was a nigga. He got into Holy Cross off of affirmative action. That's what he got there from being a nigga, right? He went up as being the only black boy in a lot of circles until he realized at some point in law school, if I go this route, it's less niggas. And he started going that route till all that. But he was the bull from I can't say King of the Island, but it's in South Carolina where they actually the Gullah, yeah, they speak. He was so that's how much of a nigga he was. Shout out your folks, the Gullahs. So he had a whole speaking, like he spoke with as a nigga, like it was that bad. And what I'm saying to you is he went so far to the right after in the mid-20s, late 30, whatever, that now you wouldn't say he's black. And he's black in the both of them. You ain't gonna say he's black. You gonna say he's black? I wouldn't say he's black. His mentality took him so far. It's like the Dave Chappelle joke. Well, my man, Clarence Bigby ain't black. That nigga blind as hell, he ain't black. Clarence ain't black.
I do think he's black. I just think so
his mentality
all right,
so far.
So listen, right? So it's this book called Slave Community, right? Mm-hmm. And it breaks down like all of the psychology about the communities that existed during slavery. Okay. And it pointed out something to me that I never really thought about, right? So you take somebody like Clarence Thomas, right? We call him like a house nigga, right?
He was worse.
Okay.
He was the head house nigga.
Okay.
He was the bull in Django. Whenever the bull Samuel Rowe.
That nigga on that horse.
Yeah. Right. He was like the master. He on our property, that bull.
Right. So look, but this the joint, and this book really broke this thing down to me that I never really thought about in that particular way. So it's a section on there talking about house niggas, and it was comparing house niggas to the slaves in the field.
Okay.
And it said the slaves in the field hadn't escaped. They had a lot of times the slaves in the field never even dealt with the master and none of that.
Don't oversee a lot, especially in a big field. I agree.
And they were away, and they had their own autonomy. Like when they got off, when they wasn't in the field, like they had an identity.
They did.
They had a community to belong to. They had whatever it was. They had a semblance of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They said so. It's talking about the house slaves. They got lost. Like their own identities got lost. They never could get away. The master could call you at 2 a.m, 3 a.m. You slept. They had chambers downstairs for those house. The house.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
A lot of them, and they was at the beck and call. They had to perform at all given any. They was under constant terror. That was much different than the field. Than the field slave. So, from a psychological standpoint, it was just saying how they would lose themselves. So the way they identified was almost warped and estranged and deranged because of this constant being under this constant pressure. The master was hosting people till 2, 3 in the morning. Like
right,
they didn't get done. So I mean, it just brought up things in a particular way. So when I think about people like Clarence Thomas, I'm like, I think he got a mental problem.
But I think those constraints in slavery, I can look at the house nigga and be like, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like
now, I can't say that. Sorry. Past 50 years, I can't say that because you chose it. You might have chosen it because you thought it was better, but they didn't choose it. Like for example, back to house nigga, slave nigga. I mean the field nigga. They chose who was going to be the field nigga. They chose who's going to be the house nigga based on the lighter ones. You're in the house usually. Depends on the females what they could do. The man, you're a big dude. You out in the field. So it wasn't really like your choice. Now you coming up as late as the 60s and maybe even 70s, definitely, you had a choice.
Yeah, but why? That's my dream. Why would you choose that?
Because you want you want the out. That's your win. I just said if you read this book, I read a book, a good book about him, about 4 black journalists from Washington D.C. talks about him. Might be up here somewhere. My grandfather's somewhere up this shit. Yeah. Right here. Supreme Discomfort. Written by 2 dudes who from the Washington joint. But anyway, yeah, I just want to be clear. But anyway, the point about I'm saying is, it talks about how he like actively went out of his way to make sure he was accepted by white people. Peep the scene. He had a white white Republican politician be the person who did his wedding.
But this is what I'm saying. I think
a Supreme Court because
being a nigga in America drives you crazy where you think that this is the way.
But you still a nigga. So at the end of the day, you chose to be less of a nigga, but you still a nigga.
Math ain't adding up like that.
No, but that's
I'm telling you, yo, you got like this joint, just the psychology of all of this.
I agree with that, but I'm saying
crazy.
again, I think in the slavery eras, maybe even Jim Crow, maybe even I can dig what you're saying. But we start talking about the 60s on up.
Yeah, but
like
even during slavery, so this is the other thing.
I can't buy that, man. You choosing that.
The
Muslims do it all the time.
They do what?
The same shit.
What you mean?
I know so many Muslims. Sometimes even Arab boys. A lot of times actually immigrant boys. Black people not as much. Come over here. You don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm Shaheen Ahmad. Knowing their name Ahmed. Shaheen Ahmad. Oh yeah, I have a drink. And they won't. But when they go around a Muslim, they try to be Muslim. My point is, you thinking it's an easy road by giving up who you are. And that's not to me. You can't say that.
Yeah, but that's
because
the power. Yeah, but that's the power of the American. Like people drunk on America, dog. That's the power of it. You would sacrifice who you are for all of this, whatever.
But my point is, I agree with you. But you can't beat me over the head and say that it's like a mental disorder. Why you're doing that? You're doing that because what you said. I am delusional thinking this America is grandiose. So
The delusion is the mental disorder.
They don't fucking miss it. They know what they're doing.
Listen, when you look,
they know what they're doing, man.
If you don't keep your wits about you, when you look at the condition of black people and where we at, what we stand, like just all of it, the poverty we haven't, the wealth we don't have that we haven't, we ain't making no real gains like that.
I agree.
When you look at all of that,
backwards.
When you look at all that, you be like, damn, like what's wrong? Like, you see what I'm saying?
For you, it hurt. It don't hurt that nigga. Because he the one making rules and shit, and it ain't that making decisions, and he ain't supporting it. All I'm saying, I'm not saying that it's not. When I think of mental disorder, I think something you can't control, something that you're forced onto you. So slavery, yes, it's forced onto you. You was in the house, it's live or die. That's why that shit when Kanye said slavery was a choice, it's not a choice. When it's life or death, it's not a choice. It's not a choice no more. Yeah, sometimes niggas in certain communities, it's like something you probably know, you gotta slave. Why? Because as a young boy, if you don't be on a corner, you're gonna die. Because it's so rough in that neighborhood. That's the reality. But that wasn't his reality. He chose that shit. So that's not disorder to me.
I'm not absolving him of any personal responsibility.
But that's what a mental disorder does. It absolves. That's the whole point of mental disorder.
Like a little touch. A little touch.
You do understand when people say you got mental disorder. That's the whole concept of mental disorder.
But it's not all or nothing. Like you got 100% crazy or not. Like it's something in between. From
a legal standpoint, dog, no. If you mentally in touch, then you are not held accountable for your actions. That's simple.
Well, I think, I don't know, man. Maybe not.
All I'm saying is, back to the original point, Kamala Harris is a nigga. She just want to be not, and I'm not going to say women. I'm not going to say she's not. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of hers. But I say she's still black. I mean, I'm supporting anti-Trump, so I guess I'm voting for them motherfuckers. But I'm not happy about it because the thing I felt with Biden, in my opinion, was that he didn't really have a great pro-black platform.
Why would anybody expect that a 70-year-old, 77? How old is 77?
Something, I don't know. He didn't. No, I agree with you. They expected out of Bernie. He's older. But my point is, I expected his VP to come with that, and she didn't come with that. She didn't have that when she was running, but she didn't have that when she's running. That's my point, though. She beats around the bush with reparations. She beats her. She wanted. Me too. That's what I'm saying.
It's a lot.
I'm not gonna go into her record. I don't go into her prosecutor record as much because you ain't gonna never like a prosecutor. You ain't gonna never like a prosecutor.
I'm gonna be honest.
But she ain't got a good black record as far as
this whole scenario fits in. Like people that be like, it fits into that. It don't matter anyway because you gotta vote for people you don't like.
No, but it matters.
You gotta vote.
Listen,
yeah, but it was people that was really against Kamala. It's people that really was against Biden, and now you gotta vote for him.
No, I think it matters. I don't think you can have Trump again. I think Trump is fucking ridiculous. But my point is, with Kamala and Biden, you will have lessened of some of the problems that we've had, in my opinion. But when it comes to the plight of the black person, the black American, I do not see us gradually making changes because of those two. But I think overall,
if this is your thing, if politics is your thing, and you like this is what's going on, you gotta vote for him.
No, I think you gotta vote for him. But I'm not saying like when Obama got in office, I didn't think the plight of black Americans was going to drastically improve. I just didn't think it. We were so happy he was in. It was fucking in. Now I'm saying with Biden, I always said to everybody, Biden is more important about who the VP is. And with her, she does not have a strong black platform. Her black platform is trash. Nothing about reparations really. So I would have preferred Warren shit at all, with all due respect. No, I wouldn't have. She had a stronger shit she want to do.
So the other
but I still say go out and vote. Go out and vote, and you should vote for.
Before we wrap up, so a lot of people are saying that as black men, we should just be all in because she's a black woman. And if you criticizing her, it's level of hating black women.
But that's the problem. That's the same. That's dumb. Like you can criticize. Everybody can be open for criticism. If you're a public, especially a public figure, you're a public figure. Everybody's open. It's fair game for every fucking body. I'm just saying, I don't like her black track record. I'm not gonna get into her history, but you can criticize everybody.
She ain't getting no reparations.
She ain't.
Well, you know what? I don't know. Depends on what her family got. She might get a little.
But you said Obama ain't getting that, so I mean,
so she probably ain't gonna get
But Obama,
not under my reparations plan.
but shit ain't gonna be no fucking reparations plan under her. Right. So that's my point. I'm just saying, like, it's not. But I do think you have some positive things for. See, here's the thing we gotta understand before we go. As black people, we always, well, for the most part in this country, and most minorities, you'll see, well, at least in America, we get impacted by the things that hurt the poor people, but we get impacted worse. So if something happened with healthcare, for example, with the current pandemic, it hurts the middle class, low middle class, but we get it the worst. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm all for the Democrat for Biden and Kamala Harris, only because, whatever her name is, I'm in favor of them only because I feel like they're going to help that whole middle class up. They're going to do better for it than the Trump administration. But is there anyone right now who I think is really focused on black people? Like the movement we just had, we talked about was supposed to be capitalizing on? That shit's dead. It's gone, bro. By the time we come back, we're going to be like, Black Lives What? Yo, it might be a new joke. Blue Lives Matter might be up by then. My only point is I don't think there's no one there where I thought we was going to get a candidate who was going to push that agenda.
I didn't think so.
I thought we were supposed to, but they said this might be. I mean, you might see Kamala change her flip her script up a little bit. We'll see. But my point is that I do think, as far as helping out that lower middle class, where the majority of black people are, where that's where our domain is. If that class can be stabilized and help through this pandemic and even moving forward, I think I'm all for it.
She a black woman. I ain't saying nothing.
That's all you ain't saying nothing?
Nah, she a black woman. Like, you got, like...
Man, that's dumb.
I seen,
But then what the fucked up part? You gonna say that? But then, on the flip side, the Me Too movement and all the feminist shit will say, treat me like a man. Treat him like a man, right? I can do the same thing as a man. I can do the same thing as a man. I want the same rights. Well, the same rights gonna get criticized.
No, I'm not saying that she's beyond criticism, but at the same time,
I know I'm supporting. I just told you I'm supporting them. I think they're gonna help the large masses of people who are African American, who are not rich, who are not wealthy, who are not in the Republican end of financial stability. I think that they will help those masses more so than the Republicans, without doubt. But I just don't see a lot of curtailed specific legislation for black people. I don't see that.
I don't. You know, I do have like criticism. You know, like just the politicians and all that, like especially the black politicians. I just don't feel like they are making I feel like their job is to take what's going on and translate it into terms that, for lack of a better term, like laymen can understand. Right. I feel like they, all right, this is the system, this is what's going on, this is the policy. I just feel like they need to have a serious way to translate that and show the impact to the everyday people.
Well, listen, I ain't get a couple politicians. I don't know how vocal they're gonna be.
Right.
But I
think maybe they
can. I know a couple that can do that. But I do agree with you that will be helpful. I do agree that will be helpful, and I do agree. The problem I have though is that, but I also have the problem that a lot of them don't put for controversial shit to fix the problems. They talk about the problems on a higher level, on the executive level, but they don't really put in shit to fix those problems because you know what the answer is? It won't pass. We'll keep pushing this shit forward. That's my problem. The Thurgood Marshall, when he was a Supreme Court justice, he was the king of writing dissents. He lost all the time until the thing changed. And when it started changing, the people started using his dissents, and it started becoming a majority. So if you put forward some shit, you can keep losing, but let's see 5-10 years later when people start saying, let's pull that up. That's what I want to see. But they don't do that because they don't want to lose. That's the ego thing. All
right. So this is our last show for season 1.
Yeah, we're taking a break.
We're going to take a break.
About a month.
We're going to come back bigger and better.
Bigger and better. I don't know what the date is to come back, but I might have a couple of ventures up and running by. You might have a couple.
You be doing Facebook Lives, right?
Huh?
So you be on live though, right?
Not that much. I ain't done it in a minute. Since this joint popped. This is my outlet.
So look, man, you open a breakfast spot, right?
A little restaurant. We're working on it. We're working on it. Uptown.
Make sure I'm gonna support you, John.
We might sponsor a show.
Might sponsor. All right.
Get a little pub on that joint.
I'm trying to open this gym, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Talking about you want to play ball.
Yeah.
I'm trying to open a gym. So private youth center,
like,
gym.
like the Fiddler Club.
Like right. This is in the hood though, you know what I mean? So hopefully by the time we come back on, I mean, everything be good with that.
No, I think, like I said, it'd be good. We got some ventures going on. I mean, I'm excited.
So how you think the season went?
I think it went good. I think we had a good vibe. We found our voice. It's just about being consistent. You getting good feedback. I'm not getting a lot of feedback.
I'm not, John, it was a little bit harder than I thought.
What?
Just every week, like.
It's a little difficult sometimes, but
it's a little harder than I thought.
I mean, the good thing we're not too far from living each other.
Right. And I enjoy it though.
It's kind of middle, so it's cool. It's cool. I think we just gotta make sure we stay in our lane. I think we gotta bring some more. A lot of topics of what happened, but sometimes they save us.
Right.
Like the current event shit, they save us.
Yeah,
we got to generate our own Jones.
Generate some stuff.
But I think some of that will come with due time. I think people just gotta listen up. And if you listen to this joint, go back. The whole point of the break is go back and listen to the first 8. Check it out and tell us what your vibes are. Be active on our Facebook page, Extraordinary Niggas Podcast. Is it G or is
well, on Facebook is ampersand.
Ampersand.
So look, that's right. We're on Spotify, iTunes, and Buzzsprout.
And then go to the Facebook page, man. Show us some love.
Shout out to my man Anwar that came through with the intro music.
We keep it.
He probably got this boy got tracks for days.
So we're gonna do something else.
Yeah. So we might get a new track or something, man.
Make our anthem.
Huh?
Make it for us.
I really appreciate everybody listening, though, giving me feedback.
Yeah, season 2 on the horizon.
Just tuning in for us going back and forth. You know what I mean? So, just appreciate everybody. And, extraordinary niggas. I would drop the mic, but these mics cost a lot of money, so I ain't gonna drop them.
Because you got bread. Season 1 out.
I've been authentic all my life, no ending white rice. My mental is in strife, eternally I'm trife. My melanin resists the propaganda of my plight. Wealth on paper, so much royal remembrance when I write. Translate, incredible hope smash when I spit. And ain't no widow stopping me from grooming through my id. My sacrifice and sweat like a midsummer Eid. Your organs on the floor cause you keep raising up your deeds. These youngins add a sir like I got shoes on my feet. Like ain't no chinks in my mail like I keep a sword in reach. Nights at the table here for green past the mead. My woman hold my vision, you're in trouble if we breed. It was Athens in my ashes, my actions resemble Greece. No Apollo, just Michael B. Now I follow a different creed. My enzymes is energized through honey and black seed. My chakras getting charged by the chi that's in the breeze. Flyer than 100 wings, that's an angelic feat. Doors to different dimensions, keep Philly right on my keys. Open the fuck up. You a Boston, shut your grunts up. Real kings is present, your banner ain't represented. Pardon all the weapons and aggression that I'm penning, but my parents still eating off of pensions. 30 plus giving, 60 plus living, and still penny pension. You gotta be kidding. I think about my mission and then think about prison. Instant gratification will have me pending a sentence. Grad school waving takes an hourglass of patience. Watching water boil got my back and ankles aching. I couldn't give up smoking when I had to give up bacon, so I stayed fried chicken but conflicting my elation. Started at the basement, the belly of the slave ship. Began seeing stars, made my situation spaceship. I phone home Bernard, cause my aliens do facelifts. I drive on the car, dripping skin is the replacement. I penetrate their garbs and free souls from their cages. I handmade the parts that they sew into their phrases. You can't pronounce Anwar, so that shows your limitations. I've traveled from afar, can't go back to where I'm stationed. I don't think about the scars, I just think about the graces. My darkness super heavy, I make supernova praises.